guys, you wanted me to pick a method, and I have one. I finally have a method for my decluttering extravaganza for the spring. Yes, that's right, folks. Millennial Meg has finally chosen a method for decluttering. I know it is, pigs are flying, hell has frozen over. It's true. I have chosen a method, and here's what it is, okay? It is not zones. It is not zones, although I did listen to a Clutterbug podcast about the zones, but it's not zones. Here is my method. It's the time crunch method, TM, the time crunch method by Millennial Meg. That's it. That's the only method that works for me, apparently, is that I can only allow myself 20 or 30 minutes to get all these things done, and then I can be successful. But if I come in and I've got a couple of hours, or I just do it until it's done, that's where I start getting distracted. That's where I start getting off course. So the time crunch method, TM, by Millennial Meg, is the method we are using today to tackle the basement. Yay, again, the basement. If you've been with me for a while, you know this happens a lot, but hopefully less in the future, right? If I can do this often enough. So today, 30 minutes. It is 11:25. So whatever that means, I guess 11:55 would be 30 minutes if I did that math. And that's it. That's all we have, folks. That's all the time we have. So let's get into it. Time crunch method for people with ADHD like me. Let's go. Here we have the basement again. Yes, that's right, folks. It's this again. But I do feel like every time it maybe is slightly less. Like this really did only take about 30 minutes to get it totally back to a clear floor and feeling a little more organized. So it's okay, guys. It's fine. It's fine. And then most of this stuff right here, not all of it, but some of that stuff that we just went past was stuff that needs to be taken out for donation. And then a lot of it is just laundry. Like all of my son's laundry is here for some reason. We all keep joking that we want a larger house. I don't really want a larger house only because I know that that just means there's more room for more clutter. But my son wants a larger house because he thinks it would be cool. But I think actually for him, it would be better because then he could keep all of his own laundry in his own room. He treats the basement as if it is his like dressing area, like he doesn't take his laundry back upstairs. He just leaves it here and then changes down here, I guess. Which is fine, right? It's not hurting anybody. I don't care that he does it. It's just, I wish he would put the things away in his own room. You know what I mean? I have bought him more drawers. I have bought him more bins. But maybe it is time to again help him go through all of his clothes and just get rid of the stuff he doesn't wear. Because I think, kids kind of go through stuff a lot, even if they haven't necessarily outgrown everything. I think some kids are just harder on their clothes, and that sometimes you just got to get rid of stuff. Like you just don't wear it anymore. It's just not comfortable anymore. So maybe I'll help him do that sometime soon. Or later, maybe after school is done in May. Here, I don't know why all of the food supplies got put on the floor. I think because that corner over there is where I film my weekly weigh-ins for my other channel. And somebody was like joking around that I should like Takis, the brand of like hot chips, that Takis should sponsor me because they could see the label of the box the whole time that I was talking. So I think that's why I took everything down. But now I'm just going to get rid of the Takis box completely because it's pretty much empty. Yeah. So hey guys, it's been a week. I intended last week to put out 2 videos, but I had a mental breakdown. I just totally burnt out on Friday. And I was struggling on Thursday pretty hard. So Sorry, only one video and it wasn't decluttering. My apologies. But the good news was it was about my finances. So if you didn't catch that, check it out if you're at all interested in hearing the dirty details about my financial situation, and the harebrained things that I do with my credit cards and savings plans. Yeah. So here, there's school papers. I hope he didn't need any of those. Oh, no, I didn't throw them away. I saved them because I hate throwing away people's paperwork because you never know, right? You just never know what they're gonna need. I'm okay throwing away my own paperwork because I know I'll never go through it again. Oh, and here are this. Sorry for the wonky camera work, but I just wanted to show you like what I was going through. This is my son's where he dumps his backpack a lot of the time, and I pack lunches for him every day. I cannot wait for him to go to high school so that I can just give him money so he can buy lunch at school. That is my greatest wish. Because as you can see, I spend time every morning lovingly packing him sandwiches and protein bars and chips and trail mix and fruit. And he apparently only eats the chips ever. I don't know. I don't want his teacher to think that I'm a horrible mother, so I continue to pack him a balanced lunch every day, but it is beginning to feel like a massive waste of time. But kind of like I do also, this is very trad wife of me. I do also pack lunches for my husband every day. And I started doing it because he would come home at night and be like, "Oh, I didn't eat. I never had time to eat. I got distracted." Oh, yeah. I don't know how my daughter's shirt randomly got in there. I think maybe I was like hanging it up somewhere to dry and it fell into that basket. But I was really happy to find it. I like that shirt for her. But anyway, so I make lunches for my husband, right? And I did it because he would come home every day and say, "Oh, I didn't eat." And it was sad to me. Like, "Oh, that's unfortunate that you're so busy that you don't have time to eat." So I started sending lunches for him. And sometimes he wouldn't eat it. And sometimes my son doesn't eat the lunches that I pack for him. And sometimes I get really mad about it. But then I have to remind myself that I cannot control what people eat, how much of it they eat. I can only control that I wanted to provide like an opportunity for them and options for them. And if they would like to eat it, that's amazing. I did my job. And if they don't feel hungry or they don't want to eat it, then that's up to them. And or they can start packing their own lunches if they care that much. You know what I mean? And apparently they don't care that much. So I will just keep packing whatever. Also, you might be asking, Megan, why don't you just ask them what they want? And I do. My husband has told me specifically what he wants. And so that is what I do, unless he tells me something different. My son, he goes in phases, right? Like he'll tell me like, yes, I would like fried rice. For a while, I was like cooking fried rice for him every single morning. Not from scratch. I'm not that amazing. Like I got it frozen and I would heat it up every morning in the skillet. And for a while I was giving him pot stickers. I was literally cooking pot stickers like in oil in a pan every morning to send it for him for lunch. But then he would get sick of it and didn't tell me for a while. And then I would have to go harass him and say, "Hey, what do you actually want?" Since apparently this fixation is over. So anyway, that's kind of how that goes. So long story short, back to my original sentence, I cannot wait for him to be in public high school next year so I can just give him cash and say, "Please purchase whatever you want." So I don't have to worry about it. And I'm sure he will be thrilled with that as well. So that is my plan. What else is going on, guys? Finally putting away the Christmas tree. Middle of March. And no, I don't know. I was gonna start digging into my accountability group, but I feel like if you would like, okay, fine, I'll pitch it. since you're insisting that I pitch my accountability group to you, I will. At the beginning of April, I'm going to be launching an accountability group. It is going to be live on Zoom once a week on Wednesdays. If you're not free on Wednesdays, my apologies, but that is when I am free. And it will be midday as well. So again, sorry to anybody who has a full-time job and responsibilities, but maybe you can make it work like for a lunch hour or something if you have flexibility. But the accountability group is for anything. It is not only for decluttering. It is not only for saving money or not spending. It is not only for weight loss, because I'm also inviting people from my other channel to join. But yeah, it's going to be a very small group. If I get enough people, I'll do 2 or 3 small groups, but it will be anywhere from 5 to 8 people per group, per cohort. We will meet once a week for 4 weeks to start, just to see how it goes. And we're going to go over our goals. We're going to figure out how to write down a reasonable goal if you're struggling with even what goal to pick. And then each week we're going to hold each other accountable and ask how things are going. And I will provide guidance and some journal prompts and things like that, so that in between our meetings, you will have things to think about and work on if you so wish. There is a fee for it, of course. Sorry, I think in my last video I didn't mention specifically that there would be a charge for it. I think at this time, I'm thinking like $35. I forget. If I emailed you a lower number, then it's that number, but I believe it's $35 per session. I will give more details later. So long story short, I'm excited about it because I was in a group like that for many, many years, where we met in person every single week. I was in it for like 8 years. And it was just really nice. It was nice to know that every week I was going to check in on how I was behaving in my life. I was going to be able to check in on if I was having any irrational thoughts that perhaps others in the group might be able to reorient me towards some better thoughts. And it was just nice. It was just nice. It was encouraging. Sometimes it was annoying, right? Because you don't always like to have people tell you about yourself. But for this group, for the accountability group, it's not a therapy group. It's not going to be super confrontational or anything. It's just us supporting each other, helping each other out, and just being together, just checking in. So if that sounds interesting to you, I will put my email address in a pinned comment. I will also put my email address. I feel like I can't speak. It's too early in the morning. But I will also put my email address in the description. And if you are interested, even if you're not 100% sure, just let me know you're interested, and I will email you back all the details that I have so far. And then when it gets closer to that first session on April 8th, obviously I will confirm people and give you exact details and send you the initial worksheets and stuff to get prepared. So that is my spiel. That is my sell for this video, and now we can go back to relaxing and cleaning together. I hate being salesy, so I apologize, but I also really want to do this group, and if there's enough people to do it, it'll be super fun. I think I already have enough people for at least one cohort, but if I get more, I might have room for 2. And that would be cool too. So the more the merrier, guys, but just each session itself, each cohort, I want to keep small because I want every single person to have an opportunity to share about themselves and to have a chance to kind of process through what they're working on. And once you get more than 8, 9, 10 people, it becomes impossible to do that in a reasonable amount of time. So that's it. Anyway, here we are starting with the laundry piles. As mentioned earlier, there's just a lot of laundry down here. I decided to go. My son normally does his own laundry. Shout out to him. He is responsible with that mostly, but sometimes, like I said earlier, he kind of leaves his laundry down here, and then I can't tell what's clean, what's dirty, what like fell out of the basket because he was just digging through it versus what he like peeled off at the end of the day because he, felt gross. I don't know. So I just started throwing everything in, and if it was going to get rewashed, I guess it was going to get rewashed. Sometimes it's not worth like burying your nose into something to find out if it's clean or dirty. That I decided it was better to just go ahead and rewash it if it was already clean, and if it was dirty, then great. So that's what I did. What else is going on, guys? Oh, now close up of the laundry. I do still use the scented Tide for him because he likes it, and it's his stuff, his body, whatever. I still have to use the unscented, fragrance-free though because I am allergic. And then those Green Gain scented detergents at the bottom, those are for my stepdaughter who she doesn't live here, but she comes and does her laundry here. And they really like scented products a lot, which is fine. Again, everyone is entitled to use whatever scented products they want, but I get hives. So sadly, I cannot. Also, I just realized, and I'll show you a close-up in a little bit, but I just realized that it was starting to snow. And guys, I don't know where you live, but here it has been very wacky when it comes to the weather. I'm in the Midwest. If you're new here, hi. But yeah, it's been very wacky. Like we had 2 days in the last like 3 weeks where it was super warm, like 70 degrees, amazing, gorgeous. Like all of the parks that evening were completely packed with people because in the Midwest, like we all hibernate, right? We all stay inside of our warm, cozy little houses. And then the literal second the sun comes out and it is anywhere near 50 degrees or more, we are out in droves. So we had a couple of really nice days like that, but then it got really cold again. Super duper cold, super windy, super now apparently snowy again. And it is really frustrating, especially for my daughter because she is an outdoorsy girl. Like if she can be outside, that is the only place she wants to be ever. But I don't have the tolerance for it when it's super cold. And so she gets really confused and really frustrated because it'll be like, hey, let's spend a lot of time outside. And then the next day she's like, okay, cool. Like that was fun. Let's spend time outside again. And then I have to be like, actually, no, can't. It's no, mommy can't handle it. So anyway, that's frustrating. Oh, here's this table. Any flat surface ever in our home just becomes storage or a dumping ground. Also, that pink thing that is a recorder, by the way, what is on this table? Why? My son goes to like this weird, like hippy dippy school, and his music teacher is a professional recorder player. I didn't know they had that, but in Austria or wherever I think she's from Austria. Yeah. In Austria, it's like a really big deal, and they have like different sizes and different tones, and it actually is really beautiful when you hear it done well. And a lot of the students at the school have been doing it forever, so they are pretty proficient at it, and it's beautiful, but my son doesn't care for it at all. Like, couldn't care less. He is very musical, like he has played other instruments in the past, but the recorder is not his deal. That's not his fave. So he just leaves it at home, apparently. I need to make sure we send it back to school at some point because I don't want to steal it. It is not our personal recorder. And this method I like to call just shove it in a drawer. If you don't know what to do with it, don't know if you can throw it away, just shove it in a drawer. That's right. Yep, put it in the drawer. Please don't yell at me in the comments. I'm doing my best. So today's Sunday that I'm doing the voiceover here, but I recorded this much earlier last week, and oh, here's the snow I'm going to show you. Yes, proof it is snowing. But last week was a disaster week. I don't know if it was the moon or Mercury in retrograde or like the weather or what, but who knows, right? Friday the 13th, I don't know. But last week was a hard week for me. It was really not fun. And so I had a little bit of a meltdown later in the week. So I think me shoving things in drawers is like the least of my problems. So don't be mean in the comments. This is progress, not perfection, or maybe not even progress. Let's be honest where we're at. This is just it's just tidying up and getting these donation bins outside, getting some, or not outside, but in the garage so that we can take them to the donation center. Maybe I'll do that today actually, because they are still in the garage, as a matter of fact. So maybe I'll do that today. But this is the garbage and the recycling, and I'm coming back for the donations. I think originally last you saw these bags, the one with the musical instruments, the kid musical instruments, I was very much going to try and sell them. But I've lost the will. So some lucky family will just get to do it, like buy it for super cheap at Goodwill, apparently. So yeah. So there's more. There's more stuff. Goodbye. That feels so good to get it out of the house though, honestly. Like it was so visually unappealing. Look at how free I feel. I'm frolicking. I feel so good about all of this. And now I'm gonna vacuum. That's exciting. So fun. I love it. A lot of people still sweep, I've noticed. Even like my friend Beth even will still sweep like carpets. I have never been a fan of sweeping. I'm too lazy and uninterested to sweep. I would much rather just turn on the vacuum and suck it up. And also because there's a lot of dirt. Like our backyard is huge and we have dogs and we have children, right? And so we go in and out of that door that I'm standing in front of. Not all the time. We normally use the upstairs door because that's where we spend most of our time. But if we're coming through this door down here and then we come back in, there's usually like just a lot of dirt and mud and grass and just flotsam and jetsam and random stuff that needs to be vacuumed up. Like there's no amount of sweeping that is going to take care of all of that dirt. So I prefer to just get right to the point, cut to the chase and vacuum it up. But tell me in the comments, I haven't had a comment question yet come up. Do you still sweep? Like, is sweeping still a thing that people do regularly? I don't know. Vacuuming just feels easier to me. Even though it's like a more cumbersome device, it feels a lot easier to just vacuum, you know? Oh, yeah. And I wore outside shoes on the treadmill and I had a literal pile of dirt at the back of the treadmill there. Like just a line pile of just dirt. So I had to get rid of that. I have been neglecting the treadmill this week. Maybe that's the other reason that I was struggling, or because I was struggling, I neglected it. I don't know, but I did not spend nearly as much time on the treadmill this week as I would normally do. And I am feeling it. Like I don't know. I'm thinking about starting hormone replacement therapy because I was about to just like launch into how exhausted I am and how tired I am and how little energy I've had. So I did do an online consult with like MIDI Health. Not sponsored, but like that's just the place that my friend used. And so a different friend, by the way, I have more than one friend. I would like to point that out because this is the first time in my life that I have had multiple friends that I talk to regularly. It's a win, guys. It's a win. When I guess as I was in like elementary and middle school and high school, I had multiple friends, but then there was like this whole swath of time in my 20s and 30s where I could only do one friend at a time. That was sort of my capacity. But anyway, the point is, I am considering hormone replacement therapy because I'm so tired all the time, and apparently that's not normal. Um, I don't know, or it's common but not necessary. Oh, look at that! I finished. I'm going to show you my watch to prove it. I started at 11:25 and it's 11:55 on the dot. Boom. And yes, that is a dinosaur on my watch. And now I'm going to show you the end, and it's going to be beautiful. All right, sorry guys. I think this was kind of a weird romp through tidying up and a little bit of decluttering. I'm in a strange mood, as you can tell, but we got through it, and that's the most important part. And I hope that you sometimes maybe use these videos to listen to while you're cleaning. That's I listen to YouTube while I clean and tidy. I find it to be helpful for me. So thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you in the next video. I'm going to put on some music now because I don't want to keep talking. All right. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Goodbye.